live stream of our program. We appreciate you eating a big old heaping helping of ag lunch with us today. Hop single half chicken fried steak, jalapeno gravy, plenty of Nanny's yeast rolls, and a cold cucumber salad. Glass of iced tea, cup of coffee. There's soda water there in the number 2 wash tub that is iced down with ice. I think you'll enjoy it all. We'll get to that here after we take a look at statewide ag weather. And neighbor, as you know, we have 14 affiliate stations, and we utilize some of those stations to give you ag weather from across the state. Let's begin up in Abilene, where we have the country giant, KLGD 1069. Mostly sunny, 101 the high, 76 the low. No chance of rain there in Abilene. Dropping down to San Angelo, where we have KMLS and KPEP 95.5 and 106.5. A stray cloud, lots of sun, 101 the high, 76 the low. Dropping down to Mason, where we have Lone Star 102.5. Sunny today, 103 the high, 73 the low. Now let's drop down to San Antonio, where we have our flagship station, 680 AM KKYX. They also transmit on an FM band also, 100 the high, under the sun, 71 the low. Let's head over to Giddings, where we have 96.3 KGID, partly sunny, 100 the high, 74 the low. Now let's head over to El Campo and Edna, and we'll see what's going on over there, where we have 96 Country KIOX. They'll be partly sunny, 101 the high, 73 the low. And finally, we'll come down here to Corpus Christi, near where I live in Fulton, just a hop, skip, and a jump, where we have 97.5 Real Country KFTX. We're looking for partly sunny, 92 the high, and 80 the low. Neighbor, there's ag weather as we march across Texas using, I guess about 7 of the 14 affiliate stations as our examples. McCoys.com. Make McCoys your choice for livestock pens and rodeo equipment like the 40-foot utility round pen or a manual rope and chute. Shop online and find the store near you at McCoys.com. Neighbor, let's take a look at those commodities as close to the noon hour as we can get. December corn, 321 3/4, up 1.5. November beans down 3 1/4 at 878.5. Deese bean meal, 290.70 by the ton, down 70 cents, while September Kansas City hard red winter wheat is up 2 3/4 at 425 even money. December number 2 cotton's up 38 at 64.39. October live cattle down 7.5 at 107.40. September feeder cattle down 30 at 146.32. October lean hogs up 15 at 49.17. Neighbor, your September West Texas Intermediate crude is up 163 at 43.34. And your September U.S. dollar is down 673 points at 92.71. Neighbor, there's your commodities of ag interest as close to the noon hours we can get. Neighbor, I want to thank the good folks from Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. Kurt Lancaster. Many of you know Kurt Lancaster. You've heard him on the network. He called me while I was in the studio back 25 or 26 years ago. Said, Larry, you want to be a Texas Farm Bureau Radio affiliate? Do you want to contribute reports to Texas Farm Bureau Roundup? I said, Kurt, man, that'd be great. And that started the relationship. That continues today with this edition of Texas News and Views, again from the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
A virtual field day. I'm Tom Nicoletti with Texas News and Views on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. More after these messages.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
You're more than a rancher. You do what's right and trust others to do the same. That's the Texas way. Hi, I'm Pat McDowell, and we ranch near Shamrock, Texas. In 2019, your dollars helped the beef-loving Texans brand reach consumers nearly 300 million times. Efforts like the hit Hulu series Barbecue Quest and successful advertising prove that your checkoff is working hard to keep beef in its strongest state. Find out more at TexasBeefCheckoff.com, funded by the Texas Beef Council.
Due to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic affecting everyone, and in particular the agricultural industry, the annual DeKalb Asgrow Delta Pine South Texas Field Day did not occur this year in Needville near Houston. For more information about what took place otherwise, we go to DeKalb Asgrow Delta Pine technical agronomist Scott Stanislav in the Coastal Bend. And Scott, instead of a number of farmers going to the on-site field day, what did occur?
So unfortunately, with the COVID-19 pandemic, we were kind of forced to be agile and think on our feet, and we actually filmed the annual field day that we have in Needville at Paul and Linda Friend Farms. Right,
so this virtual field day is available to farmers across Texas and otherwise, and what are some of the topics that they'll be able to see?
So we covered all of the core crops in South Texas, so corn, sorghum, and cotton, as well as our digital platform, Climate Field View, were all covered in our taping of the field day.
What's a key message you want to leave with them about the filming of this on location and what they need to take away with them for the rest of the season?
So really, we have a lot of new products across all the crops, and we really tried to highlight that there on the videos, and as well as some of the key agronomic issues that we definitely saw this year across South Texas, being disease in corn, one of the big ones, as well as some different growth management tactics that you can use in your cotton crop.
And what about the high-yielding class of the 20s? Talk about that, if that's from a cotton standpoint or otherwise.
From a Delta Pine cotton standpoint, the new class of 20 varieties, which were first commercially released for this year, a really exciting class. We're very excited the yield potential and fiber quality that those varieties were able to bring to us. And so we did touch on those and really key in on those. I think that class of 20 from Delta Pine is going to be very key to the South Texas geography moving forward.
So this is a very educational and informational session that can be seen virtually online. Tell us, Scott, how people can access these videos.
So the best place to go to get access to these videos would be go to YouTube and search DeKalb Asgrow Delta Pine East Texas and Oklahoma. We've created a channel for us and for our brands there on YouTube, and so those videos are housed under that specific YouTube channel, and really there's the full-length version, which is the entire field day all on one video, or if you don't have time to watch that, it's broken up by crop, so corn, sorghum, cotton, as well as the Climate Field View platform.
So certainly in this virtual world that everyone seems to be living in this year, this is a good way to get the message out, even though farmers couldn't gather down in South Texas this year.
Yes, absolutely. We also have the videos, been posting them on our team Facebook channel as well. That's the DeKalb Asgrow Delta Pine East Texas and Oklahoma Facebook page.
Again, that is Scott Stanislav. He is a technical agronomist with DeKalb Asgrow Delta Pine for South Texas.
Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has protected fellow Texans with auto, home, health, and life insurance since 1952. With more than 260,000 square miles of land and 27 million people, that's a lot to cover. Whether you're wrangling cattle or wrangling kids, we're proud to protect Texans in all Texan ways of life.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to get insurance for Texans by Texans. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
You're listening to Texas News and Views. I'm Tom Nicoletti with the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
Neighbor, when you hear cattle in the alleyway, it's time to talk to Henry Pickett from Abilene Livestock. They said on Tuesday, talk to Henry this morning. Henry, you sound like you're in a good mood. I bet you had a good sale.
We had a really good sale yesterday. Everything was higher. We ended up with 1,151 total head, and we had several weaned calves. In the future here, I think October 20th, we're planning on having our first weaned calf sale.
Okay.
We'll have all that information, the criteria and all the requirements out on our webpage and Facebook page here, hopefully the end of the week.
Good deal. Let's talk about a few more of the cattle.
Yesterday, the Packer cows were down just a little bit, steady to down $2. Packer bulls were steady to down $2. Feeder calves, 3 to 5 higher. Yearlings for 3 higher. 400-pound steers were around that 150 to 180. 400-pound heifer was from 135 to 150. So everything had a lot of demand, and we had a lot of buyers.
Good. Are you aware of anything for next week, Henry?
No, they've just been waiting till the last minute to contact us, but
Gotcha.
hopefully we'll have another good run.
Tell everybody how to contact you at Abilene Livestock.
Here at the sale barn, we can be contacted at 325-673-7865, or my cell number is 940-733-8208.
Henry Pickett, Abilene Livestock. Sell them every Tuesday. Thanks so much for being on Down on the Farm.
Thank you.
I'm Larry Marble from Down on the Farm, and we're with Levi Anderson. Levi, the Stay Tough product is a great seller at D&D, and you've got some high fence specials, don't you?
Absolutely, Larry. We have 2096 deer wire that we're running on special for $349 this spring, while supplies last.
Tell everyone how to get a hold of you for this particular product at D&D.
You can reach one of our friendly staff here at the store, 830-379-7340.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, kind sir.
Neighbor, there is one day of the week that we release you from having lunch with Hop Sing and I. That's on Wednesday when they have the Hungry Heifer open. That's the livestock auction at Caldwell. That's their little restaurant. You can be happy to eat there, but we are still serving. Let's go over there right now and talk to Carl Herman. Carl, how's the sale today?
You know, the cattle are coming in pretty good. We got a lot of cattle in on Monday, yesterday, and cattle are coming in good. Got a lot of cattle coming in tomorrow. I look for, I don't know, somewhere between 850 and 900, maybe even 1,000. So got some big calves, got a string of different steers that came from 2 consigners. So those are really good calves. So we're looking forward to them.
Carl, give us the phone number.
Okay, my number is 979-820-5349. Call the barn, 567-4119. Or if you're in the Giddings and surrounding area, call Max Ebner at 540-8676.
Y'all have a great sale. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Neighbors, let's talk about a very helpful website, McCoys.com. That's McCoy's Building Centers. They're Project Central. In fact, you can go to their DIY ideas page and get all kinds of ideas, whether it's adding a deck or building a raised bed. In fact, their backyard projects icon is one of the best to tackle a weekend project. Outdoor spaces, just click on the deck design plans. Everybody has problems with a garage and workshop. Believe me, I know. Mine's pretty messy. Just hit the Storage Solutions icon. Or if you need yard care and landscaping help, Outdoor Plans is going to help you. And it's all at www.mccoys.com. That's McCoy's Building Centers all over this region. Find the one near you at mccoys.com. Neighbor got a call from my friend Doug Bass. Now, he's a great cowboy. But he said he needed my cowboy crew to head over there to help him gather cattle for this week's Cattleman's Brenham Livestock. They sell them on Friday. Before y'all get them all gathered, Doug, tell us how they went last week.
We had a good sale, Mr. Larry. We ended up with 1,294 head of cattle. The markets looked really good. Cow market was definitely higher. Calf market was higher. Really just had a good sale. Had lots of good cattle. On your weigh-in cows, your thinner, lower yielding cows bring 34 to 51. Your better high yielding cows bring 55 to 82. You lower yielding bulls bring 72 to 83. Better high yielding bulls bring 86 to $1. Pair cattle, we had a few pairs there. Your smaller frame pairs bring 6 to 900. Your better younger pairs bring 11 to 1,500. Bred cows, smaller frame and older bred cows bring 5 to 850. Your better bred cows bring anywhere from 1,000 to 1,350. On the calf market, I thought the calf market was sure higher. Your roping calves, 1 to 2 weight roping calves, steers bring $140 to $2. Heifers bring $135 to $205. 2 to 3 weight steers bring $135 to $185. Heifers bring $120 to $160. 3 to 4 weight steers bring $115 to $178. Heifers bring $110 to $205. 4 to 5 weight steers bring $115 to $170. Heifers bring $105 to $230. 5 to 6 weight steers bring $110 to $155. Heifers bring $103 to $212. 6 to 7 weight steers bring $1 to $1.42. Heifers bring $1 to $1.60. 7 to 8 weight steers bring $95 to $134. Heifers bring $85 to $116. And 800 to 1,000 pound steers and bull yearlings bring $80 to $119, and the heiferettes bring $70 to $1.
So it sounds like you had a really good sale. What are you anticipating for this Friday?
Yes, sir. We got some cattle there. We've got about 25 Brahman cows for one man we're going to sell. He just got in bad dry conditions. The cows are a little thin. They're young. There'll be some dang good cows. They just need something to eat. I've also got another man we brought in some cattle for yesterday. He had about 80 cows, 70-something calves on them. We're going to pair up the younger cows and probably just split the older cows, but I know there'll be a good 20, 30, maybe 35 good young pairs on them, too.
Good.
So we'll have stocker cows there.
Good.
And
and
seems like folks calling about the calves, too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Well, that's good. And that'll be the sale for the 8th there at Cattleman's of Brenham. In
Yes,
Brenham,
sir.
Of course. Doug Bass, tell everybody how to get a hold of y'all.
Yes, sir. Y'all can call me on my cell, which is 979-877-4454, or call us there at the office, which is 979-836-3621.
We appreciate you so much. Thank you, Doug.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good week, Mr. Larry. Good talking with you.
Good talking to you. Be careful. Neighbor, I want to remind you about my friends Stephen and Terry Lehman at Lehman Pipe and Cattle. They've got used sucker rod in 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, and 1 inch, and they've got used oil fill pipe, the #1 structural, straight, no holes, splits, or heavy scale, 2 3/8, 2 7/8, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6 5/8, 7 5/8, 10 3/4, and 16 24-inch diameters. Also, from time to time, they see some #2 pipe available at a reduced price. Truckload discounts and delivery also available. They also have cattle guards. They make them from 10-foot wide to 30-foot wide, depending on the customer's needs and wants, with or without wings or cross gates. Also, the heavy-duty concrete beams to set them on. Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. Email them at lehmanpipe@gmail.com or call Stephen at 979-966-3447 or Terry at 979-820-8155. That's Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. Neighbor, one of the great things about being a Down on the Farm radio listener is that you get to travel during the noon hour. And we're going to head out to sheep country, San Angelo, talk to Benny Cox from Producers and Cargyle, San Angelo, about the results of the sheep sale this week. Benny, how did it go?
We sold 68.85 yesterday. Sold really well. Kind of a surprise to me. I think it surprised a bunch of people. Day after the holiday. Compared to last week, we lost on every class of livestock, and we got a bunch of it back yesterday. These wolf feeder lambs, we had a pretty good jag of them. They sell 10 to 15 higher. These slaughter lambs, they didn't get back all of it, but they sold kind of 10, some of them as much as 20 higher. Slaughter ewes, they were a little on the weak side. I thought some of them probably sold $10 lower. Still a pretty good market on those, though. The kid goats, they sold from 15 to 20 higher. A lot of activity. We had these slaughter nannies are lower than they've been in a while. They fell off a good deal last week, and they weren't any better this week. They kind of they sold in a range from $1 up to $1.54, and sometimes you don't know if those very top end are going to slaughter or not. But they sold mostly in a range from 110 to 125. The mature billies from 170 up to 208, but most of them, it was pretty hard to get $2. We've been getting over $2 for a good while now. The wool feeder lambs, they sold in a range from 158 to 214. Of course, those 214s are really small. The slaughter lambs, the light end of those from 170 to 236. Heavier weights from 140 to 198. The slaughter ewes sold in a range from 60 to 87. Kid goats from 230 to 311, but mostly 275 to 295.
Now, we've got a cattle sale this week, but we have a feeder cattle sale next week that might pull some numbers away from it.
It's kind of the way I look at it. Generally, we've got that special stocker feeder sale on Monday, and a lot of times these bigger groups of cattle, they'll wait till that Monday sale. So I don't know. We've got some cattle from out west already. We may get north of 1,000. We'll just have to wait and see.
All right. Tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Benny.
They can call me on my mobile. It's 325-234-4277. Office, same area code, 653-3371. Or they can always look at the web, which is producersandcargyle.com.
Neighbor, now it's time for the Texas Wildlife Radio Report.
TPWD's new COO. I'm Jessica Dulmel with the Texas Wildlife Radio Show on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. Today, the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department's new Chief Operating Officer, Clayton Wolf, joins us again to share how he plans to use his 27 years of experience at the department in his new role.
I've been exposed to some of the administration, when it comes to budgeting and rulemaking and things like that. So some of those processes are cross-cutting. They are processes that occur in the different divisions. Obviously, all of those activities are now rolling up to my level. So that exposure will help me some, but clearly there's a lot of details, that our experts in the other divisions work with daily and they're adept at that I'm going to need to learn more about. The legislative appropriation process is one that has a lot of mystery in and of itself, and I've been engaged at certain levels, but obviously there's a lot more to that, and particularly as we go into, what we think are going to be some pretty lean fiscal times, I am going to have to roll up my sleeves and learn a little bit more, but that's not to suggest that I'm going to become that expert, because we've got plenty of folks that are very experienced and skilled in the budgeting and the appropriations process.
In his former role as director of the Wildlife Division, Wolf collaborated with other divisions often.
So I am familiar with, to some degree, what our colleagues in inland fisheries and coastal fisheries have been engaged in. The wildlife team that I formerly led did a lot of collaboration with our game wardens and our law enforcement division, and there was some level of collaboration between that division and state parks.
Wolf said even with his 27 years of experience with the department, there's still more to learn.
It's a huge agency with a lot of different roles and responsibilities out there.
That was Clayton Wolf, TPWD's new COO.
You're more than a rancher. You do what's right and trust others to do the same. That's the Texas way. Hi, I'm Pat McDowell, and we ranch near Shamrock, Texas. In 2019, your dollars helped the beef-loving Texans brand reach consumers nearly 300 million times. Efforts like the hit Hulu series BarbecQuest and successful advertising prove that your checkoff is working hard to keep beef in its strongest state. Find out more at TexasBeefCheckoff.com, funded by the Texas Beef Council.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
For the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network, I'm Jessica Domel.
Neighbor, let's take a look at the grains, courtesy of John Tuggle. Call 800-288-4453. Number 2 or better Milo through Corpus in August. D's plus 130, 804. Houston, D's plus 160, 858. And Progresso, $7. Number 2 or better yellow corn through Corpus Christi in August. September plus 35, 343 and a quarter. Progresso, September plus 74, 680. Hard red winter wheat through Corpus in August. September plus 80, 502 and a quarter. We'll call Houston September plus $1 bill, 522 and a quarter. We'll call number 1 beans through Houston August September delivery. November less 15, 866 and 3/4. Neighbor, let's take a look at Texas cotton, courtesy of USDA.gov website. Looks like we moved 13,000 bale of East Texas, 16,000 bale of West Texas, 59.43 to 61.93 are price variables. Neighbor, that's it for Down on the Farm.